What the heck? We're live on the broadcast. Jason Cole has been around the world. Jason, how far away is Hungary? He's been at the USA F3K World Championships in Hungary. And how far away is that, my friend?
It's like an 8 or 9 hour flight to Budapest.
What's 8 or 9 hours like in an airplane? I've never done
It's like 4 movies.
So
I watched 4 movies coming home.
And is it, I mean, comfortable? I guess it's better than driving back from
it's not great. I mean, it depends. Right? I had a exit row seating, so I had some leg room so I could kick my legs out and try to, stretch a little bit and relax and not have to worry about making people get up and go to the bathroom. But it's not like, the most fun thing to go sit in an airplane for 9 hours. But
well, let's ask the first questions first, which is tell me about the Hungry people. Now, I got to say the field you're at, and we're going to go look at pictures in just a little bit of the event and talk about how it went and the scoring and how Jason did. But the field you're at looked like you were in, Georgia or something.
We were on an airport. Yeah, it was an aviation facility. They had a restaurant. They had a hotel. They had a giant hangars where we could all go in and put our stuff. They had a refreshing area for teams that paid like an extra €40 or something. That was basically a room with tables that anybody could go in regardless of if they paid or not, where it was supposed to have snacks and refreshments, but they didn't say they were for purchase only. So you could buy ice cream or beer and drinks and stuff.
Nice.
You get the privilege of buying food.
So did it feel as though you were flying in a different country, or once you spun around or through your whatever, however this works, did it feel just like?
No, it was intense. It was, 100 and something of the best pilots in the world, all in one place, the best of the best. It's not like a normal contest where you have, 20 to 40 people and half of them just started, and it's guys that are all amazing, maybe except for a few.
And when I was at the Horizon RC Fest, I was standing with a bunch of the Horizon pilots, and you were out there throwing, and one of them said you're going to Hungary, and the other one said he'll find out what competition is really like when he gets to Hungary. Yeah. So that's how it was.
That's how it is. Yeah, everybody's crazy, but it really has an awesome feeling of you're representing your country. You're there with your teammates, and it's basically a team event and well as an individual event, but it's all about the team. It's all teamwork. We're all going to help each other. You never fly against your teammates. You only fly together unless you make the fly-offs. And so you get there, and then they have like an opening ceremony where they played music and had Hungarian flags come through, and all the countries were lined up, and they did this balloon releasing ceremony for good sportsmanship. And somebody was flying. The last year's world champion was flying a DLG over stuff while music was playing.
Wow.
It was cool. It was like a low budget version of the Olympics.
Now, was it like IRCHA? Were there Hungarian women, coming out and marching and parading?
No, there were some women. They had a lot of helpers. Actually, almost all of the timers. They had, you have an official timer. Right. So it's not like a normal contest where you go out and you're a pilot and you have your helper that's timing for you. You still have that, but you also have an official timer on the field whose clock is what counts. And most of the time, these people have no idea what they're doing. They got trained like the day before. But these people were really cool. They were all free flight people from, I don't know if they were from Hungary or from another country, but they were all free flight people. So they knew about thermals and flying and all that stuff. So they were pretty cool. Almost none of them spoke English. Very little.
A lot of nodding.
Yeah. But there was this one chick. There was 2 basically good looking girls that were out there timing. And I heard a lot of complaints about distractions because there was a lot of cleavage and
really?
Like bikini tops and bathing suits and they were like, I can't fly. It's pretty funny.
Things are different in different parts of the world. I want to take a moment here to say to Brian Chambers, who's in the live chat, Brian, I see you so much on the internet that I feel like we're friends, like we're old buddies. but it's really an internet relationship we got going on. Brian is always supporting us, man. He's always out there hitting the like button. So thank
He's
you,
the
sir.
dude.
And hey to Sam and Chris and Boone 87. Is that some sort of Boone relative to you?
It is. It's one of the guys that got me started in RC back in the
I wonder
day.
if that 870 is related to shotguns. Like a Ring 870.
It's a good question.
Just wondering. Okay, so you get down there, you fly, and then it really looked like a lot to me like you were at Triple Tree. The grounds did. And the
it was gorgeous. Yeah, here's the best part. So right out in front of the parking area, there's like a row of trees. You got the restaurant, and then this amazingly groomed, freshly cut Triple Tree, low cut grass. And then we put the field on the other side of the runway where half of it's mowed and half of it's pretty thick and not great. And we were like, okay, this is where the field belongs, but why isn't it cut the same, as where we were? So, it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, we get in, we're trying to, get acclimated to the time zone. It's like 6 hours, 7 hours different. And, you're tired, you're exhausted, you've been traveling. And luckily there's a day to kind of practice and get used to things. We've got all our models, checked out and make sure TSA didn't just stick a hammer in them.
Right.
So,
they didn't, huh? How'd
no,
that go?
all my planes were good. The box I built was Scott.
Well, let's go there. Let's go there. I was just there. So let's go back and we'll look at how you got there, the box you built.
Yeah. So
what is this, a Tommy gun box? What the
Sport Tube Series 3. That's a 1/4-inch plywood that I went and bought at Home Depot.
I just stained it myself.
Yeah. Oh, I did felt line it. So I went to Scott Shaw's house, local guy here in Nashville, a good buddy of mine. He's got an awesome shop. And, he basically, we had some dimensions and specs and he built this thing and he gave me some felt. And so I stapled that in the bottom. But it's designed to fit right in the Sport Tube Series 3. And you can fit 5 airplanes in there, maybe one more, but it was pretty tight.
Wait, where's the wings? The wings go on top.
Yeah, so the wings, I strapped the fuselages down on the bottom, and then the wings and the tails just kind of set in there, and they can float around.
I like that you wrote "do not poke," but then you provided a perfect poking hole.
We gotta have a way to open it. So I've tried. So the idea with that right there is to make it easy for the TSA. So I ended up cutting a second door there, so you don't even have to take the whole box out. You can just literally pull the top off and then open that second lid to access the inside so they can swab. But apparently they like to stick this thing in the get to the bottom and swab for, I don't know, bomb ingredients or something. So do not poke fragile model airplanes. That's stuff people have figured out over the years. It helps let them be a little bit more easy on the stuff.
And the point is, no one did poke it.
Well, no one did poke it, but they did check it because I did have a little nice placard in there saying they looked and inspected this box when I opened it. No damage, so I was really happy with that. And then here's the best part. I got free baggage both ways.
Why?
Just talking to them, I was like, they came over and I was like, yeah, this is sporting equipment. I'm on Team USA. I didn't say it was skis or anything. I said it's model airplanes, but and then they asked me the question are parts split up? Like I had 2 bags I was checking. And so this is a good trick for anybody else out there that's traveling. If you have sporting equipment and you had like say skis in your sport tube and then your boots and bindings in another bag, they treat that as one bag and no baggage fee. So I was like, I've got my tools and parts and other things in there that go with this stuff. And so they're like, okay, you fly for free. So it worked both ways, no baggage fees. That saved me probably $200 to $400, which was amazing.
You could buy me dinner.
There you go.
Hey, this neck thing, I bought one. I don't like it. Did it work for you?
No, that's somebody else's. This was in Budapest in the airport. I was just like taking pictures of stuff. So I have a different style. It's a 3-legged pillow, which I don't think I have a picture of.
Wait, what's going on?
Hey,
is that your wife?
Free chicken, free cow day.
Did that just happen to get in your pictures?
This was on our way. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this was on our way to the airport. And I was like, I got to have Chick-fil-A before I leave this country because I'm not going to be able to have it for 2 weeks.
I'd make the chair wear that all the time. Like, where's your mask?
That's hilarious.
Bye, honey. Bye, honey.
Yep. So we're at the airport. I had 4 bags, a backpack, the sport tube, and then the 2 cases there, 1 carry-on, 1 under the seat deal, and I was packed to the hilt.
You look so happy. What time was it when you left?
It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Basically, it was an overnight flight, so I had to fly to Philadelphia, and then we flew at 6 o'clock. We flew to Budapest, and it was like 9 in the morning when we got there, their time.
Okay. Is that where you sat, behind that wall right there? That's not a bad place.
Yeah, so that was 2 exit row seats. That's Toby.
Yeah, this wall seat's kind of a pain because
nobody
there's
sat there, so
nowhere
nobody
to put
was
your
next
bag.
to me, and then nobody was in those front seats, so he grabbed that one. So we had a nice, easy ride.
Well, we must be out of that batch. So blah, blah, blah. Good luck. Blah, 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 blah. And then this is your thread of posting.
Yeah, there should be. You could probably do the view all pics in this thread or whatever deal.
So here's the deal. We're actually collecting feature sets that you like on the site if you see this. So I'm going to go find that real fast. And is it a feature? Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
What's your favorite feature? So if you have a favorite feature, go there and tell us. We're compiling a list. And man, where'd the other boat story go? Also, I was just telling Jason, I've got 2 good boat stories going. So that's pretty cool. But let's go back. A lot of big news this week. Maybe we'll just make this stick to this one topic. And then I have a couple of airplanes back here that we could look at. And then Jace the Astucia did something big. All right. So now we're going to go to this thread. Then we're going to go to thread tools. And we're going to show attachments in this thread. And that way you can see every attachment in the thread. It's awesome. All right. So I guess at this point you've hit the ground.
Yeah. So we're going to go check out the field. And, so this was a camping area. There's the kind of restaurant right in front and the hotels to the right with the.
Did they have music or dancing?
Not exactly. Yeah, there was some music sometimes.
Is that at the place?
So we stayed about 25 minutes away in a place called Keshemet, if I could say it correctly. It was a little town. We had an Airbnb kind of style place, and then you could walk into this. It was really a cool city, very historical, but almost no English. So I had to use Google Translate and try to figure out what the word for water was and show them that I wanted water to drink.
You didn't have the one you talking to and then it speaks Hungarian?
We could do that. You could do a conversation back and forth. But yeah, we definitely had to utilize that. And there was still some issues with communication. Wow. And there's some funny stories I'll show in a minute here. But
I wonder what this woman's thinking about this shrimp.
She's trying to figure out what that is she's got in her hands, I guess.
So let me ask you this. Did you have enough money? Because I know you were raising money. Did the money you raised cover your costs?
Yeah, I have to go through my final expenses. I think I'm okay. I think I ended up all right. I ended up taking some cash and then exchanging it into Hungarian forints and euros. And then I ended up not even doing all of the cash I had. So it ended up working out, I think. I think I'm going to be okay. So that's our car. We had 4 vehicles, 4 rental cars. You do drive on the right. It's kind of pretty standard.
Did you do that? Because I don't think I could do it.
I had my international driver's permit, but I didn't drive. I wasn't on the insurance for any of the cars.
Now I heard Bilbo Baggins was out there at the show doing event coverage. Is that true?
That's who that was.
Is this one of the 2 girls?
That's one of the girls. They're putting up flags and all the country's flags. There's Toby with some awesome American playing.
Yeah, I like that.
The Vortex 3.
So flat.
This is So that's kind of we practice a lot in this area, but that's not where the contest was. It was across the runway. And it was kind of a weird deal because the runway was open from 6 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock in the morning. So we couldn't fly. Full scale traffic could come in. We were standing literally right next to the runway as planes were landing. It was the craziest unsafe thing I've ever seen. The FAA would freak out.
Hungry. Championships, all the countries.
Kind of getting set up. So that right there is great. I bought some Twix because that saves my life in foreign countries because it tastes familiar. And then I'm making the face because I think it was milk, but somebody said it might have been bull semen. But it said 2.5%, so it's 2.5% of something, and it.
Well, at least that'd be lower bull semen. It's good for you. Probably.
Yeah. So that's one of the
good.
hangars where we got to store our models.
It looks a lot like
Gyrocopter.
the Triple Tree hangar.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it had that feeling. They had like all the countries and little murals painted on the wall there.
You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to get in that thing.
No, you wouldn't see me in it. David Webb from Canada.
Who's that?
I don't know. One of the Canadians. So I was kind of in like coverage mode. So this is between the restaurant and the hotel. The hotel's on the right, the restaurant's on the left. This is a little just seating area. We could hang out and talk and fix airplanes, and it was kind of nice.
Boy, that looks like too much.
Burger right there. The food was amazing. I was super impressed and really cheap.
Really? Awesome.
Really cheap, yeah.
So would you live in Hungary if somebody gave you the chance?
You could live there. You'd probably have to learn. They had some great gelato.
Boy, gelato's everywhere.
Gelato. They had so many gelato stations. This is a pretty small. I mean, I guess it's small compared to the U.S., but I think it might have been the second or third largest city in Hungary. But there was gelato stations like every block. Like
Did somebody do that at the airport?
There was a midair. That was a midair collision, okay. I believe.
Doesn't look too serious.
Getting repaired.
Oh, he's in here drying it, maybe?
Oh, was it like a sauna, maybe? Letting epoxy cure in the heat?
Right.
I don't know. I didn't see that. These must have been uploaded by somebody else. These weren't mine.
Where is this in the top of a...
That looks like somebody's camper right there. Or hotel, maybe. That might be the hotel room.
No idea what that is.
She's showing the repair. So that's a look out of somebody's hotel window at the field. Right down the runway.
Straight shrubbery. Oh, right, that's what that was.
Yeah, they had a balcony, and they were flying off of it and doing fun stuff.
That's awesome. I want to live that. Pull my truck in there. I wonder. These tents are pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. They were supposed to have provided chairs and parasols, whatever that means, but we didn't really get anything. So we had to like go buy a tent, and I like bought a chair and a mini umbrella.
I would think these are parasols. Maybe
but they were all provided. Like you had to go buy your own and bring it and set it up. They weren't provided by the event.
They were provided if you bought one. What are you doing? Spinning like that at
me? All right.
All right.
So we get in. We have our practice day. The very next day starts the Budapest Cup, and this is. We call it the pre-contest to the World Championships, but it's actually a Euro Tour event, and anybody could fly in it. So it wasn't just the guys that made the team. So like a couple of our timers were flying too. We had lots of people flying in it, and I believe to remember where I came in. Did I come in 27th? I did fairly well. What is that right there?
I can read it. Don't see it, Jason. John, Carlo, Clarksville, Paco, Owen, Marco, Mike, Ivan, Victor, Martin, Anthony, Roy, Kevin.
So this is only a few rounds in, and I don't know if that's the Budapest Cup or the actual World Championships beginning.
Tell you what, I'm impressed with my eyeballs.
Wow. Serious sheet right there. There's a lot of people. It's definitely the biggest amount of people I've ever flown in a contest with.
So were there people playing guitars and drinking wine and telling
speaker, we play some music to stay loose. That's Toby and Owen. Owen was a junior pilot for Team USA, so they're out there. They worked together the whole event. And Mickey, the U.S. team manager, basically timed for me, Toby, Nathan, and Noah, one of the juniors. So he was just working his butt off.
What was the temp?
It was not too bad most days. It was probably mid-70s.
Nice. 5.
So there's Mickey. The ladies made us lunch just about every day. Sandwiches were provided, so that was cool. So this is that refreshing area I was telling you about where you get some tables and places to put your stuff. And it would rain once or twice throughout the week, and it would do like 20, 30 minutes of hard stuff and then go away and be absolutely gorgeous and beautiful again.
Randy Green's on the line.
Hey. You must be curing epoxy in that room. That's pretty funny.
You got to get some pants like that, Jason.
That dude had some great pants all week long.
Huh.
And so here you can see right there, you can see the sticker on the airplane along with the numbers right there. Yep. So these were required in an FAI World Championship event. You have to have each major component of your airplane numbered with a unique number or character. And then they would come and put a little sticker on it right next to it to verify that it was checked in. They would come do random inspections on the wingspans. And, you know, it's just a pretty serious deal. It's the biggest competition in the world for F3K.
And how long have they been doing it?
It happens every 2 years. I think this was the fifth one, the fifth or sixth one. I can't remember.
Is that girl inspecting it?
She's putting the sticker on the tail. So she'll, make sure all your parts you can have only up to 5 airplanes. You can interchange parts from those 5 airplanes, but you can't bring in new replacement parts that haven't been checked in and stickered on that day.
Bam.
So once you broke something, you either fixed it or you replaced it with something that's already been checked in.
I wonder if anyone in Hungary understood BAMF. That'd be a good wallet.
There you go. So right there, Noah, Team USA junior member, he won the Budapest Cup junior class. First place. So he got a gold trophy.
He reminds me of that actor. What is that TV show? Anyway.
But he's a good dude. So here's opening ceremony day right there. That's everybody's storage kind of getting in place and lining up.
This is like the Nats at Muncie when everybody comes marching out with flags, right?
Yeah.
You ever watch that comedy Dog Show?
Dog Show.
I feel like the announcer from Dog Show.
Like Dog Show?
No. It's about an actual dog show. I saw this. What's this jet back here? Is it a I know what it is.
It's a MiG.
Oh, it's a MiG.
17, I believe, because it doesn't have fairings on the bottom wings, only on top. It wasn't a 15. I think it was, somebody said it was a 17.
That's pretty cool.
It was awesome.
I'd want to get in it.
It's just more pics of the opening ceremonies. They had the awards from the Budapest Cup and the award ceremony.
What?
Hold on, let me stop the broadcast. Move the mic up. Hey everyone, I'm here with Truman. You can see his waist. Truman,
you cannot see my face.
Truman, we have the Aero Scout in the back, which is a trainer.
Okay.
And I was going to talk to you about flying that for the review, but I haven't officially asked. Can you do it on Monday?
Sure.
Do you have any plans?
No.
All right. Well, Jason and I are going to go out Monday. Jason, you're going to get to fly with Truman Graham.
All right.
And I'm going to have to figure out how to make a buddy box work between 2 random radios.
Okay.
Can you bend down and show everyone your head? They're dying to see.
My face.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
All right, you hippie.
Okay.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye. Sorry, I had to take advantage there.
That's awesome.
He really looks like that actor. What is that show? Man, I can't think of it.
Good dude, though.
Live chat now. Okay, so balloons.
There's the balloons.
All kinds of stuff. What a party. Did you feel festive? You were like every day is a party?
I don't know about a party, but every day was fun and exciting.
That looks like a party to me.
And
right
exhausting.
There. Or people like yammering at you in foreign languages?
Yes. Yes, you would get yelled at. They definitely respect the pedestrian traffic in Hungary because the cars will stop. You just walk. And if you don't walk, they'll honk and yell at you for not walking.
Well, that is how it's supposed to be in general in America. And I've noticed no one pays in LA. If you did that, you can go to jail if you hit a pedestrian.
Yeah.
Don't do that in LA.
Nope.
Oh, the terrible pollution going on right there. Who knows where those balloons are going to wind up?
Oh, yeah. And some seals' faces.
Okay, everyone. I want you to note something. Jason got a shirt 3 sizes too large. but he took it and got it altered. And I said, "Did you get a new shirt?" And he said, "No, look, I don't have any stars at the bottom." And so that lady, it looked like it fit perfect.
It did. It fit great. So it was basically it's the exact same size as what Nathan's wearing in the middle. We had the same exact shirts, and they were just giant for me. So I had them tailored, and luckily they fit great and felt comfortable. So I didn't look stupid.
Next time you go, you should order a few extra shirts, and you can have her make you shorts out of the shirts.
Hey.
And that way your top can match your
Yeah,
bottom.
Toby was rocking it there, man.
Yeah.
You stayed out.
Oh, there's some more.
There's your juniors. Junior
Now-
team came in second place overall, and Noah got third individual junior in the World Championships. Our juniors just absolutely killed it. Did a great job.
And how old is a junior? What's that age range?
I think you have to be 18
And younger?
max
or
age.
max
18
age.
years old. Yep.
It's a great shot. I would crop this shot though. Here, and take out all these legs because no one needs to see that. Once again, I might crop.
There's all of us with the two team managers. You know, we're just like photo op. We're all in our jerseys. It's opening day.
America.
That's right.
Now, was there any pro-American feeling, negative American feeling? Anyone have any politics on the field, or was all
No, there
that
wasn't
left?
politics, but it was really interesting to like because you got Germans and Croatians and all these other countries, but it was just amazing to hear how much like World War II came up in just everyday random conversations.
Really? What?
Yeah. It was like, you never talk about World War II over here. Like you rarely think about it, but it's impacted their lives even to this day so much that it still comes up. And that was kind of surprising.
Wow. Who knew?
Yeah. But there was no like hostility. It wasn't negative stuff, but it would just come up and, but everybody was super friendly and we're all just sailplane flying buddies, so that's how we treat each other.
E-Powered RC is on the chat. They've got another guy looking at his food here.
Oh, it's a kebab.
What's behind him?
You got to get a kebab. It's some church that's under construction. Super old.
Close up.
You got to get your kebab on.
I'm not a fan of that onion. That looks good. So you've been to Croatia and Hungary. Are they very different?
Yeah, I mean, they were different for sure, but I mean, similar in ways, I guess. It was all kind of weird and foreign. I should have a picture of our room at some point. It's very small. I shared a room with 4 guys with 4 individual beds, and it was very small.
Going to the bathroom, you just go in there and
one bathroom, very small shower. It was, at first when I got there, I was like, oh, this is terrible. How are we going to do this? But then, like, once you do it, it's like not that big of a deal, and you just do it, and then you get home to your awesome house, and you're like, "Wow, I'm super
like
blessed." This is amazing. Shouldn't take it for granted like we do.
Now, did you have Wi-Fi on this field, or were you able to like sit there and go to RCGroups?
They actually, I ended up using a data plan from AT&T, so I basically $10 a day. I didn't do it every day, but I could use data from the cell phone network, and then they had Wi-Fi if you went back like into the hangars, but not on the field. It didn't reach out there.
What is this?
So the official timers and your helper had to wear a matching vest with a matching number.
Gotcha.
So you'll see them on the field. So you got 2 people in vests and 1 pilot nearby. That's those for each groups.
Did any romance get sparked here? Did anyone meet a Hungarian wife and bring her home?
I don't know. I know. Several World Championships ago is when Lucy and Dylan Graves from the USA met, and they're still dating and talking about getting married. So there was some romance that can happen at a World Championship.
That's not Graves RC, is it?
It is, yep.
Graves RC, a proud sponsor of RCGroups.com. In fact, I'm going to pronounce this Graves RC sponsored podcast or Hangout. Thank you, Graves RC.
Yeah.
They were just trying to add in our mass email that goes out to over 100,000 people. That's a lot. I was on the phone today with High Tech. At the end of the day, Jason, I kind of recap. Did I do enough work? And lately I've been like, damn, it's like, I got it. It's enough.
Yeah, man. So I did get to use my Jetty DS12 radio, and absolutely love it for DLG. It's
Is
so
it
light.
your new thing? Are you out of the Tranus?
It's my fave. Tranus is still good, but I like the Jetty better. It's easier for me to program and understand how to change and modify things, because we did end up adjusting my control setup midway after like day one of the World Championships. We changed my airplane, toned it down a little bit so it wouldn't over control as much.
I read that, and you got better scores after you turned it down.
So it was just tweaking it, because the airplanes are still relatively new to me, so I'm still dialing everything in. So check that out. I bought that for, they were selling them I think for €40. I sold one of my jerseys and basically bought that, and it was really nice because in a World Championship, when everything's on the line, you really want to have 2 airplanes and 2 transmitters. So they have a model box. So if you crash or damage or break your airplane, you can exchange it in the model box with another airplane. And sometimes it can come down to, like, you had a midair and mid-flight.
Right.
And I've heard stories of guys at other World Championships have that happen. And this is during a turnaround task where you have to basically catch and launch the airplane within a second in order to get the best score. And he had a midair, came in, like, positioned himself by his plane with his model box, came in, caught the airplane, dropped the airplane and the radio, grabbed the new radio and the new airplane, and instantly threw it, like in less than 2 seconds. And it basically saved his time. So this little thing was awesome because it's got the radio handles as well as the airplane holders. You can fit 3 airplanes and 2 radios.
You can be the U.S. distributor, man.
You could be what?
You could be the U.S. distributor.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's awesome.
It is awesome. So I was like, yeah, and it packs down pretty tight, pretty compact. So
right. Pull out the poles.
I'll be using that at the Nats again.
Put it in your suitcase. So did anyone from a foreign country know who RCGroups was?
Oh yeah. There's lots of guys that are on RCGroups that are very active modelers. I love this picture. Stop right there.
Okay.
So this is a McDonald's, as you can clearly see, but it's not like in U.S. McDonald's. It's a little different. You have to pay for ketchup for one. And request it. You have to ask for ketchup and pay for it.
Crazy.
But so we didn't know anything. We walk in and we just like pointing at pictures, and they're like, menu, and we're like, yeah, that or whatever. And so he ordered like a hamburger and some chicken nuggets and one other sandwich or something. And he was like, menu. Apparently menu means meal over there. So we got 3 full meals, 3 Cokes, 3 sets of fries, all the burgers. It was ridiculous. So we ended up sharing, but it's just like, language barrier can be an issue.
I once went.
At the time, we didn't, when a waitress came over and took our order, they left. I have no idea what I ordered, but we'll just see what we get.
I was at a Tedeschi Trucks concert, and when I came back, I went to Crystal, and I misread what I ordered. And when I got my bag, I got 28 chicken sandwiches.
Holy crap.
We ate chicken sandwiches for a week.
Oh my God.
It was so funny that I wouldn't take it back. Scores, winners, losers. I don't think you can return 28 chicken.
Me just posting event coverage, like trying to keep everybody up to date with what's happening.
Some people really care about scores.
Yeah, man, it's important.
I've had my scores stolen by other websites too. So not lately though. So what's happening here? Are they winning or they're about to attack someone?
First day, it's an out of order photo. Somebody else posted it, I believe.
Oh wait, that looks like a sweet setup.
Yeah, so that's our. We had like this tent to put our airplanes in and shelter, and it was a lot of sun, so we had to try to stay out of the sun as much as possible. So I'll go ahead and talk about my flying while we're scrolling through. And I ended up having a really bad first day. I was doing pretty good, and I was having an awesome flight. And we had one where we were doing the big ladder. It was the second round, and we had to fly for 1 minute, and then 1:30, and then 2, and then 2:30, and then 3. And I was doing really fine, doing great turnarounds. I was right on pace. On the 2:30 flight, or on the 2-minute flight, my timer and Mickey told me to kind of go search for a new thermal. He gave me a direction, and I went, and then I hit a thermal, and I was like, yes, there it is. And then I come back out of it, and land for my 2 and rethrow right back into that thermal. And I was the only one that basically got it. So on the 2-minute and 30-second flight, I was crushing everybody because people were landing. Mickey was giggling. We were going to get 1,000 points, K this thing right out. So I come in after the 2:30, throw again for the 3, and then the air was pretty rough, and I ended up coming in short of the time by just a little bit, but I missed the field by about 5 feet. So I landed out, so basically got a 0. So that just was like 700 points of crap. Like you need to be like, basically if you want to make the fly-offs, you have to average score your round as a 985 is what it ended up being for this competition. You do get 1 drop round, so you can throw away your lowest score. So I was like, crap, there's my lowest score already. And then the next day, the wind really picked up, and it's the situation where I'm not used to flying in with high winds and no obstacles, no tree lines, no real big barriers to utilize and fly off of because it was blowing basically straight down the runway. And I had a really, really bad day. I had like a score of 500 on 1 round where I just couldn't stay in the right air. And just, I was like really getting defeated, but it was still like, this is a team event. Every single point that I can put on the board helps our team in the team standing. So it was like, I never gave up, or I knew I was out of basically making the fly-offs and doing really well, but I never gave up on wanting to do my best and help the team and all that stuff. So then I ended up having a near perfect day the next day. Then the following day, the last day, I ended up having 1 bad round where I got like 400 and something points instead of close to 1,000. So I learned a lot about how to fly and utilize, the airplane in those kind of conditions. So I think I'm more prepared if I go back in 2 years and for the Nats coming up here, because it's sort of similar conditions can be. But I basically had 2 near perfect days and then 2 pretty rough days. And so that was enough to put me in 61st place.
Wow.
Out of like 84 seniors. So I was like, I felt like I should have done better for myself.
Did you have any expectations going in? You're like, I have no idea how I'm going to do.
My like easy goal was to be in the top half, and I didn't even make that. So I like failed that goal, but I've expected to make the fly-offs essentially. Like I feel like I'm one of the best pilots in the world. I should make the fly-offs. I feel like I do have what it takes to do that, but there's a little bit of luck involved. It's not just sheer about your skill. There's any pilot will admit that there's amount of luck and where you find thermals and things. Because there's days where it was just really hard to read. There's no ground signs or trees or things to use to find the thermal. So sometimes it's just pick a direction and you fall into some good air. Right. So, but it was awesome. And it was great to fly with the best guys in the world. You made a lot of friends that you'll have forever, and a lot of these guys keep coming back year after year. It's a little bit harder in the U.S. because we have to have a team selection event, and we've got a lot of great competitors in the United States. So you have to make the top 3 or be an alternate and luck into getting that like I did. But some of these countries didn't even have a full 3-man team. They don't have enough people in their countries that are flyers, and some of them just like didn't even have a competition to determine the team. It was like, who wants to do it? Does anybody want to, can do it, whatever.
Right. That can actually. Yeah. So here's some winners photos.
Yeah. So it ended up being, we came in as the seniors, we came in 5th place as a team, which is the best we've ever done. So I'm real proud of that I was a part of that. Nathan and Toby just absolutely crushed it. They both made the fly-offs. And Toby ended in 3rd place in seniors, and Nathan was 4th.
Right so it shows you can be young or however old Nathan is.
Well, Nathan is he's older than me, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And so the juniors right there, you see they got 2nd place overall team score. And then Noah came in 3rd place as an individual. So there's Toby in 3rd. And then there's your team winners. Germany, 1st place. They get a really cool trophy.
All right.
There's, you get a little medal. That was the medal they give you. Pretty cool stuff. So it definitely drives me. I kind of feel like I'm kind of going on a Toby story. So Toby at last World Championships. Came in, thought he was going to do awesome like I did, and he like made a couple mistakes and then put himself out of the fly-offs. And so he comes back this year, smarter, better, stronger, makes the fly-offs, comes in third place overall. So he kind of had that drive, like unfinished business. So I kind of feel that same way now. Like I'm going to go out for the team selects. I'm going to, work hard, do the best I can. It's what I love to do. So
you can start getting your, once you get selected, then you can start raising your money early. You know how to do that.
Yeah. So you can get on the team off the bat. So the team selects will be next summer. And yeah, I'm just going to come back and try to do the best I can and see if I can do a little better and make the fly offs and prove, what I think I know is that I'm one of the best in the world. So just being there proves that, but you want to show it with your score too.
Right. Awesome. All right, everybody. This has been the wrap up of the F3K World Championship. Jason Cole, RCGroups went down, of course, as we all just heard. So what's going to happen next is, Jason, I think I'm going to stop this live broadcast, go and get the Aero Scout and the Timber Turbo.
Yeah.
And then there's some news I want to talk about. Jace, Mr. the Ace Ducia, won the XFC this year. And so I have a story on that from Jace. I was talking to him a little bit, and we put this together, he and Chris Henson. And then there's a few other odds and ends, but I thought I would split that out of here. So if you're watching this in the future, you can go check it out on our channel. If you're watching live, though, I don't know if it's going to send out another live broadcast to you or not. How can I do such a thing? I don't know. I might try to stick a link in the chat over there before I go live, and that way you might be able to see it. So I'm going to stand up and get the airplanes, and Jason, I'll ping you back in just a moment.
All right. I'm going to grab some water.
Yeah, rcgroups.com. Thanks, everybody, for joining us live. Thanks for Jason going to Hungary and making it back. And thanks to our Hangout sponsor, Graves RC. I'm Jim T. Graham, your host, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and congrats to the whole damn team.
Yeah, that's right.